Okay, so first off, send off a tweet on the tweeters. Tomorrow starts off Elsa Appreciation Week, but tonight is just some fun arena grinding. Now live on YouTube. And be gone. Awesome. So that is off into the universe. YouTube preview sounds good. That is the official note. What's up, Aaron? What's up, Nation? How are you guys? Good to see you. And hey there, hi there, everybody. Glad to have you here tonight. Tonight is Sunday, which means that it is just the regular one-day Crystal Arena. I am on match number 10, so I'm just about ready to get my infinite streak, but tonight is going to be a chill, laid-back grind, just going pretty much from top to bottom of my roster, getting through my 6 stars, getting through my rank 5 5 stars, and my rank 5 4 stars, and I'm probably just seeing where we're at then. So, you know, pretty laid back next hour and a half, couple hours, whatever it winds up being. Real glad to have you here. Just want to take a second, welcome the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes, digging the videos I put out so far, and are interested in what's yet to come. And what is yet to come is also Bloodstone Appreciation Week. I am really going to need to watch this freaking cord. Oh, that's why. No. One moment, please. Yep, and there it goes again. It has to be this Apple cord. That is extremely annoying. All you gotta do is just not move for the rest of the stream. But what is coming up next week is Elsa Bloodstone Appreciation Week, which means every day there's going to be at least one video posted, just kind of going over why Elsa is my favorite champ in the game. Some of the cool stuff she does, some of her kit, some of her utility, where she's useful, synergies, this, that, and the other. So stay tuned to the channel for that. But without much further ado, time is a wasting. We got some points to put up in Arena, so let's get rolling. And there's that. Fight 1 in the books. Off to a pretty good start, I'd say. I'll definitely take that. Definitely take that. Hope you guys here are having an excellent weekend. Here it is, Sunday already. I don't know about you guys, but it has flown by for me. It's been pretty good, both IRL and in-game. Wound up getting rank 218, something like that, in the 4-star arena. And I'm all geared up for the 5-star arena grind starting tomorrow. So that's pretty exciting, because I actually am really excited about this champ. I think getting the 5-star would be a nice little addition to the squad. And she's definitely somebody that I would be bringing with me on a questing team. So yeah, excited about all that good stuff. Nation, yes, I am definitely ready for the end of season rewards. Definitely ready. That's still 2 days out, 3 days maybe. Reminds me, tangent number 1. And make sure, yep, placement phase is open. So I'll need to do that after the stream here. But yeah, it's we got one more war and then the season's over, and then I can sit back and relax a little bit. Tomorrow, or no, we are currently also on the last day of AQ, so That just works out super serendipitously. That AQ and AW are over at the same time, which gives me a little bit more time to grind, which is awesome. Where is Ghost Rider? There it is, right at the top. What's up, Guido? Happy Sunday, bud. Good to see you. Let's do this Corvus matchup. Let's do that. Yep. I gotta say, guys, I'm really excited for this next week. It's gonna be a huge week. Huge week. Biggest week I've had in ages. Which is really exciting. Really exciting. Just gotta keep mentally gearing up for it. That's gonna be a good week. You know, as a kid in middle school, just for kicks, a buddy and me had a competition going for a while, where we would try and stump each other with fancy words that we saw either on encyclopedia or thesaurus.com. Try and stump each other, throwing out all these, you know, bigger words that aren't usually in your regular vernacular. So I think a little bit of that stuck. Yeah, me too, Aaron. Me too. Because tomorrow is the debut of my first collaboration video, which is really exciting. And also, it's the first day of Elsa Bloodstone Appreciation Week. So I wonder if those two things overlap. But I got some pretty cool things going for next week. I do still have a number of videos that I have yet to finish rendering out. So the first few days are all good and set and done. The last few days are still in the editing bay, but it's going good. Guido, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. No idea. All I'm gonna say is that I'm excited for tomorrow. Mostly because, well, for two reasons. For one, it's been a long time coming. Been a long time coming. Like, I've been talking this champ up since she's been released, and she's been out for a good while. Well, there goes Quake. Bye. I forget, he doesn't have any sort of true streak, does he? I don't think so. Sorry, I just realized I really need to focus on this fight. There we go, that works. What's up, Matt Murdoch? Happy Sunday, dude. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. But like I said, it's been a long time coming. And it's also really exciting, too, because there's even though she is my favorite champ, and I'd like to say I know her kit pretty well forward and backwards, still found myself learning new things and better ways of utilizing her, so it's pretty cool. It's been really cool. And who knows, if next week winds up going swimmingly well, then I may do a somebody else appreciation week later on. If for no other reason, it gives me like a solid chance to like fully test out some of the champions in game, you know? Because I do admit, I do feel like with the structure that the game has, with a new champ coming out every 2 weeks, you barely have enough time to kind of get a feel for fighting one person, and then you're already on to the next. Or inversely, if there's someone you're really hyped to try and get, whether it's in arenas or crystals or whatever, by the time they finally do come around, then like the next 2 or 3 champions have already been revealed or leaked. It kind of just lets the air out of your balloon a little bit, you know? So to be able to actually spend some quality time with someone specific, I think that's been a really nice breath of fresh air. Who knows, maybe that's something that, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. For me, it's been very refreshing. Matt, you're asking me the tough questions. It's like trying to pick between who's your favorite kid. So I am a big Daredevil fan. I love the comics. Not so much the first movie. But then when Netflix announced the show, I was super excited about it, and then season 1 came out, and it just blew my friggin' mind, right? Blew my mind. I'm like, dude, this is as good as this is gonna get. And then season 2 came out, and I loved season 2. And then Defenders came out, and the best part about Defenders for me was the stuff with Daredevil and basically them finally just like sitting down together and just hanging out and talking, right? Like the restaurant bit towards the back half of the series was everything I wanted out of the show. I just wish they would have done that, you know, episode 1 or episode 2 instead of waiting to the end. And then season 3 came out, and holy crap, that just blew my mind again. I don't know. Favorite one for me is probably either tied between season 1 or season 3. 1 because it's the first, and I think D'Onofrio did the best job with Kingpin in season 1. Season 2 felt a little bit gimped, and they spent a lot of time building up Defenders instead of focusing on the show. I really liked Elektra. I liked her character. I liked her arc. I like how she worked within, you know, the Netflix show's version of the story. But then season 3 was just fantastic. I can't really name a weakness to season 3, in my opinion. Loved what they did with Bullseye. Loved what they did with Bullseye. Charlie Cox was fantastic as Daredevil again. The prison sequence was fabulous. I actually didn't mind Karen in season 3. I was kind of worried what they were gonna do with Karen. Fair spoilers, everybody. I mean, the show's been out like a year and change already, but still, fair warning, spoilers. I was worried what they're gonna do with Karen because I really disliked what they did with her in the Punisher series. You know, she was building up to being an interesting character in her own right, and then in Punisher, she was just the weepy, scared girlfriend, which was super boring. I like that it was a departure from the comics, that they actually built her up a little bit. Foggy was great too. D'Onofrio was back in peak Kingpin form. Loved it. And overall, I think when you finally got Bullseye being Bullseye, like at the you know, the final battle, and then when he was storming through, what is it, the newspaper, the reporter's office, loved it. Really appreciated how they did his backstory too. I thought that was refreshingly clever. But I mean, like I said, it's really hard to pick your favorite because season 2 was Punisher, and again, that version of Punisher is fantastic. John Bernthal did an amazing job. And I was kind of on the fence about him as an actor just based off of Walking Dead. But then, you know, that came out, and then Baby Driver came out, and, you know, another number of other things that he's been in since then, and I'm like, all right, I like this guy. I really like this guy. I would probably have to say, I don't know. I'd have to say I'm an even wash. I know that doesn't answer the question, but I've rambled on long enough about why I love that show. What's up, Mortal G? Sorry, I just saw your message right now. I've been rambling. But how you doing, bud? Happy Sunday. Good to see you. Hope you have a good day, too. I really hope that Disney winds up doing a continuation of the storyline instead of just rebooting it. Because, again, fair warnings, fair spoiler warning, the way they set up Season 4, or Season 4 at the end of Season 3, was going to continue to lead into one of my favorite arcs of Daredevil. You know, with his identity out there and how Bullseye factors into the equation. So I'd love to see like a Netflix version of a realistic take on Bullseye's costume. They usually wind up doing like a wink somewhere in there to the classic costume. They did that for Jessica Jones. They did that for Luke Cage. They did that for what's her face, Jessica Jones's friend. Totally blanking on her name. But then, like, do something unique in their own right. Make it their own. So, you know, when Disney bought the rights to everything and kind of just sat on it for a while as a part of the agreement, it just really sucks. Because it would be out now, or pretty quick. You know, supposedly that they're incorporating some flavor of Matt Murdock or Daredevil into the new Disneyverse, Marvel MCU verse. Whether it's like a background character in the She-Hulk series, which would work, or, you know, I'd love to see him with Spider-Man somewhere along the way. I mean, Spidey's got his own thing going, but kind of like another character crossover. But we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be really hard to kind of really adopt a new Matt Murdock, because Charlie Cox just killed it. Just killed it. What's up, Shermoy? How you doing, dude? I gotta say, buddy, I'm pretty excited about tomorrow. For no apparent obvious reason, of course. Alright, so there we go. That is win streak 15, so that is the infinite streak in the books. I'm going to keep rolling with the 5 stars till I get to win streak 20, for no particular reason other than it is my own superstitious nonsense that prefers to do it that way. Let's do it this way. I didn't. Wound up closing out of Discord. But, oh crap, that's right. Let's see if that works again. The concussion, not too late now. But the concussion would prevent her from triggering her ability. You may be able to wind up working around Ghost's True Strike that way. Interesting. Come on, my dude. Special me. Thank you. So, you know, shameless plug number one, everybody. If you haven't joined up already, there is a Discord for the channel. It's the RobVon server. Got the link in the description down below. I cordially invite you guys to join up. It's a cool place just to hang out, say howdy off stream. But then also a great place to brag about amazing pulls from crystals. Uh-oh, please don't kill me. An amazing place to brag about crystal pulls or crystal memes, whichever way it winds up going. Oh, that's a long stone. That's not good. Stop it. Stop it. There we go. Talk shop about incursions, strategy. You got questions about nodes, champs, rank ups, what have you. That is the place to do it. So, hope to see you guys there. Awesome, dude. Well, I will be, Shermoy, I'll be checking that out afterwards. But awesome, thank you. Let's do this team next. Guido here is trying to be a super sleuth. I told him that I have no idea what he's talking about. All I said is that tomorrow is going to start off a very exciting week. Hey, Super, how you doing, dude? So it is, it's official in the books. Me and Shermoy are going to be a team for the incursions. Yeah. Matt, that bit too with Bullseye, it's fantastic because like he's always been a real interesting villain, right, in the Daredevil comics. But I've always felt he's been really one-dimensional. But for season 3, between the actor's portrayal of the character and the way that they wrote Bullseye, especially with him not actually being Bullseye the entire time, you know, until like the last teaser shot. He's just fantastic. He's just so freaking fantastic. Oh, I do not want you to do 4 stars. That would not work out. Would not work out. Well, I still got 5s to burn, don't I? Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Come on. Come on. There we go. Brilliant. Got that, got that, got that. I had to cut out a little bit early, Super, but how'd the rest of the stream go? Yeah. So I'm saying that bit where he storms the office was just so great. Because he's just like picking up crap off the desk and he's just flinging it all over the place. Got like pens sticking out of Matt's legs, sticking to the desk. So dope. So dope. Awesome. Well, guys, Super, if you want to pitch the idea here. But the overall idea is that Super is hosting an incursions tournament. So you and a buddy get to team up, provided that one of you are a streamer, regardless of which platform it's on, whether it's on Twitch, whether it's on YouTube. It just needs to be recorded. We're gonna be pitted up March Madness style. See who can get the furthest in map 7 of incursions. And really, it's just a really fun, community-driven incursions tournament. So if that's something that any of you guys are interested in, just hit up Super here. Today is the cutoff. That's going to be starting up on the 17th. You've got a couple days to do it. And then we'll go from there. Now, Super, I'm sure I butchered that horribly compared to that very, very thorough video that you did, but that's my horrible Cliff Notes version. Yeah, me too, dude. Me too. That's a real fun idea. Cool deal. Super, is it going to wind up being live the same time you usually stream, or is it going to be a little bit earlier, or? Well, Nation, the first thing you got to ask yourself is, what is it specifically about the game that you want to post? Because everybody who does wind up posting stuff winds up posting something different, you know? And it should really be a reflection of what you enjoy about the game, you know? The easiest way to get started is to just record your crystal openings, you know? You got a 4-star that you've been saving up for, post that, you know? Or a 5-star or a 6 incursion crystal. If you do some of the featured crystals, you know what, something like that. Those are usually the easiest ones to do. You can just record the footage on your device and then upload that to YouTube. If you want to do a voiceover with that too, that all the better. Or if there's, you know, some of the Alliance events, whether it's Alliance Quest or War, some of the gameplay there, just the fights that you run into, your strategy, or you just playing. That's always a hit as well. But again, you know, like I said before, and I really stress, it's got to be something that you really enjoy doing. But I definitely encourage you to at least try it out just for kicks. All right, awesome. Cool, man. Then I'll be able to check that out live with you. Odds are I'm going to be putting up points in Arena anyway right then. I gotta say, one of the other things I really dug about the Netflix Daredevil show was that he spent most of the series not in the Daredevil costume. Like by season 2, they ironed out the kinks, so they actually got a really solid looking, realistic-esque take on the costume. But you know, most of season 1 and most of season 3, he was just in, you know, the what was it, the Under Armour shirt, and then Tactical pants, right? Boots. Because, like, you know, on some superhero shows or movies, um, most of, like, the gusto of the draw of the show is like, hey, check it out, it's so-and-so and in the costume. It's like, yeah, it's the person in the costume, but they aren't really doing things that the character would do, but they look the part, but it's kind of, eh. This is really cool in that it showed that, you know, the character is the character through and through, regardless of whether he's in the traditional costume or not, you know. Much more of a character piece as opposed to like a flashy showcase. What's up, Soldier? Big congrats on being unbanned. Did support finally get back to you and get that sorted out? Or are they just like, you tried getting into the game and you're like, oh hey, it works again? Either way, congrats and welcome back. So I'm kind of on the fence because I'd really like to do a revisit of my first video on YouTube, which was Elsa going up against Void. Just to redo that with a bit of higher production quality, but at the same time, I don't really want to do it just because it's already out there. Even though it fits the theme of the week. But if you didn't know, Elsa is like the OP god tier counter to Void and Mr. Fantastic both. Maybe I will. It's on the bottom of the priority list for next week, but maybe. Ouch. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So after this round, no, next round. This round is still my rank 2s. Next round I think is rank 2s, but then after that are just regular 6 stars. After next round, take a quick tangent, go see how AQ is doing. See if I can move up. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? And you know what? I'm just gonna do it. No time like the present, right? Nope. well, that was quick. Quick tangent. I still got time to spare for quest energy. So here's my dilemma, guys, and it's a very first world dilemma, and I realize that. But my dilemma is whether I want to open the 6-star, like, soon, tomorrow, day after, at 10,000, or hold on the shards for an extra few weeks, whatever it is, to get to, well, no, until the end of the week, when AW rewards are out, and go for a featured. I mean, obviously, logically, my assumption is that the 10K, the basic pool, is infinitely better. Just because there's so many champs that I don't have, so many more champs that I don't have awakened. Get another shot at trying to wake up Captain Sparkles, trying to get Nick Fury, any of the Science champs, any of the Fantastic Four. Or even just, you know, the meme tier who would be new, but extra arena points like Joe Fixit. But at the same time, the featured is out, and most everybody in there, like a solid 90% of the champions in there, I would be extremely happy to get. Save for, like, Mordo, I think, because he's already awakened. You know, it'd be a solid shot to get Human Torch, to get Storm X. If I got Storm X, I'd be super tempted to wake her up. Any of the features are great. You got Infinity Man in there, he's great. But at the same time, you know, it's blowing 5,000 extra 6-star shards, which could be put towards another basic later on. I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably going to go basic, but... Interesting. Try to rush in. She beat me to it. Man, I am just not playing well. I am just not playing well. There we go. There we go. I'm also super tempted to just pop open a 5-star crystal, get the 200 shards I'm missing, and just go for it tonight. I mean, that actually probably would make the most sense, right? If I'm doing a featured grind tomorrow, if it is a new champ, then I wind up having that extra champ for the points over the 3 days. I'm actually probably going to do that. That's not a bad idea. Alright, so then let's throw up Emma, let's throw up Red Skull, let's throw up Ant-Man. Awesome. Do that, and do that, and do that. But who knows, may wind up being a case where I just wind up waking up Ant-Man or somebody. I mean, which wouldn't be a bad pull. I'd actually be pretty okay with that. I wouldn't be excited about it, but I'd be really okay with it. First time awakening and all. Okay, so I'll tell you guys what. As soon as I get through the 6 stars here, just because I want to make sure they get on cooldown, then yeah, I'll go open up that 6. Why not? Why not? Well, I gotta double check, actually. I'll double check. I want to see how many shards I'm shy. Because if it's just one 5-star crystal, I'll just pop open a 5-star crystal. I haven't done that for a while. But if it's a little bit more than that, then that'll be the project for the rest of the stream. This is just 100% like section 2 of uncollected. How many ticks do I have for the Modoc thing? I've got 6 now. You get, what, 50 shards out of those? Forgot about that. It's not a bad idea either. So yeah, like a 5-star and a Modoc, basically. Yeah, you know, Modoc Awakening wouldn't be bad either. Got options. So many options. And let's do that. Alright, so tangent number 3. Let's go check that out. Okay, so it is just a regular 5 stars worth. 275 exactly. Interesting. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. You know what? I'm terrible at this sort of thing. I'm gonna finish this round. I'm gonna just go and do it. Just get it over with. But you guys will have to forgive me. I am going to just do my plug, do my shtick. Have it be a standalone video too later on, so fair warning for that. But stuff like that's just 6-star crystals are always get my heart racing. The 5-star will be fun. 5-star will be real fun. Cool. Alright. There's that. What's up, Tom? How are you, dude? Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Glad you're here. You made it here just in the nick of time. I am going to be taking tangent number 4 to go open up a 6-star crystal. Do that real quick. Just get them going on cooldown. Alright, so again, guys, bear with me just a minute as I do the plug for an upcoming video. So, see, that looks good, that looks good. That is recording. Shermoy, no, not yet. Made it just in time. Alright, guys. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go, from the top. Hey there, hi there, everybody. So, today is a very exciting video. I am going to be opening up a 6-star here. Currently, I am 275 shards shy, but that is exactly the amount of shards I get from a dupe from a 5-star, of which I have just a few to play with. So, as is tradition on the channel, I like to just spin a couple lower ranking crystals just to get any sort of bad luck out of the way. So I'm just going to be spinning 3 of these. Unfortunately, I can't pop anything less than 10 at a time. 10's a bit overkill. So bear with me just for a sec. Forget it. Forget it. Let's see what we got. A couple of 3s. I'd love to get me a 6-star Sue. Let's not talk about Squidward. Sue would be great, but good enough. So, back, go over here, go over here, get the 5-star. Out of here, there aren't going to be any new champs, but there are a few potential awakenings. So, love to wake up She-Hulk, love to wake up a couple others. Night Thrasher, I think, would be fantastic. But let's see. So let's just bring up one, throw it down real quick. First couple up are Diablo and Kamala Khan, so that's a good sign, right? Oh man. Let's just tap that. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a 5-star Drax. Fraggle Rock, okay. He's only Sig 40 or something. Well, it's Sig 40 now, perfect. You know, I actually wouldn't mind getting a 6-star dupe on him as well. He's already been duped naturally twice. But since he is my highest ranking prestige champ, an extra dupe on him would be amazing. Would be amazing, because, you know, there'd be a little bit of a prestige bump. But also, all the new champs from the last featured batch have been added recently. So more Sigs on Doom would be fantastic. Longshot Awakening would be great. Squirrel Girl would be new. That'd be fun. Reed, I think, would be the best of the bunch. Surfer would be okay. But obviously, the big one that I'm going for here is the 6-star Captain Sparkles. I mean, the odds of me pulling 6-star Sparkles here is like slim to nil. But anything new would be ideal. I'd be elated with a Joe Fixit. You know? I mean, for one, because I haven't got a chance to play him in a long while. But he'd be a new champ. Same with Iron Patriot. So my guess here is Blue Clops in this? Blue Clops is in this, I think. That's my guess. Let's go ahead and tap that. I'm just hoping for something somewhat interesting. All right. All right. I am totally okay with that. I am totally okay with that. That is a really good pull. And I never thought I'd be saying that about a Winter Soldier, but that is a really good pull for 2 reasons. First of all, because it's a brand new champ, and that's extra arena points, and I just live in arena. But Winter Soldier has that great synergy with, what is it, Killmonger, isn't it? Or vice versa, where Winter Soldier effectively becomes like a skilled Star-Lord. That's really good. Here we go. Awesome. Well, there we go. I mean, his synergies are trash, but yeah, people that synergize well with him. All right, cool. I'll take that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to probably just rank this guy up here. Actually, you know what? Why not? Why not? Upgrade. This is all basic and cosmic. I'm just going to use the basic and then throw some skill on him because I just got to be immensely cautious with gold. Do that. I'm actually really excited about that. Plus, he's got some new synergies too. Doesn't he have something with? What I'll have to double check here. And then let's just throw this on there. That's not enough. There we go, that's enough. There we go. Ranked up Winter Soldier, that's about as high as that dude's gonna go. But, still, I'm really happy with that. There we go, this is the real ending. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna be taking this guy out into Arena. He's gonna be coming in big handy here, starting up for the next featured grind, so I'm excited. Cheers for watching, everybody. Until next time, take care, talk soon, stay safe, and be well, everybody. Bye for now. And cut. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a Gilly 99 awakening too, which I wouldn't have minded. I've been kind of on the fence about whether or not I wanted to use a Tech Awakening on her or save it for somebody else. So that would have been nice to take the choice out of my hand, but all the same, not bad. Not bad. Alright, Guido, take care. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll catch you next week, bud. Yeah, Shadow, if I wound up pulling your bleed in me, and that would have been that would have been awful. Alright, so Winter Soldier. What kind of fun synergies does he have? Alright, so I take it back. The only good synergy he has is with Winter Soldier. Not with with Killmonger, to make him discount Star-Lord. Because everything else are just the usual boring stuff. Friends, rivals, enemies. He's got a romance with Black Widow, so that could be useful, potentially. But yeah, cool. I will take that. Especially since my 5-star isn't going to be ranked up anytime soon. Alright, cool. Well, now I got another champ for tonight's arena, so there we go. Still, one of these days, still really hoping to pull a Fantastic Four member. Alright, Kingpin. Let's dance. Let's dance. Yo, what's up, Cap? Happy Sunday, bud. It's going really good. I just opened up a brand new 6-star Winter Soldier. Spoilers for the video coming out tomorrow, I guess. But I'm doing really good. I'm really happy with that, actually. I'm really happy with that. How are you doing? Hope the day's been finding you well. So next up is gonna be Old Man, Karnak, and let's do Jugs. Yeah, dude. Cheers. Although, all things considered, that video probably isn't going to post till the end of the week. Because it'd be really weird to do Elsa video, 6-star opening. Elsa video, Elsa. Because unless I'm opening up an Elsa right there, it's a little off brand, off theme. No more evades. Oh man. I'm just really glad it was that and not like another Kingpin. Or another Mordo. Not that I have a undying hate for Mordo, it's just that since he was awakened already, it would have been felt like a waste of a crystal, you know? And there's that. Let's see, let's bring up Claire. Claire and Vulture and... Sure, why not? Winter Soldier, you're new. Get in there, dude. See what you got. Yeah, let's not have the first fight be magic. That might not go super great. Especially if it's got 5 in Mystic Dispersion. And you get debuffs. And you get debuffs. And you get debuffs. And you get debuffs. And debuffs. And debuffs. You know, A-Bomb's actually gotten a lot better, just with some of the newer synergies that he's gotten. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's, you know, saying Nick Fury and A-Bomb in the same sentence doesn't really equate the two. But I mean, at least that much. That's a silver lining, I guess. And one of the guys in my alliance took a 6-star bishop up to rank 3, so. You can do some crazy energy damage, and has some great energy resist as well. Oh. I farted on him and he just fell over. What's up, Cedar? Top 3 favorite champions to play. Elsa Bloodstone, number 1. Probably Quake for number 2. Even though she's really hard to play, it's still fun. And then, I don't know, maybe Storm X. Elsa just because she just plays like smooth butter. It's amazing. Quake because you actually got to think about how you play her. She can do a lot of cool things, but you got to be really on top of it. And then Storm X is a fun cycle. Everybody else, again, just coming from an arena grinder perspective, everybody else feels and plays the same. Everybody does a bunch of different things with various degrees of success, obviously, but those 3 at least especially just feel unique and different. Like, I'm sure if I ever figured out how to play Terrax and could make him work, that could be interesting as well, you know, but until I do, I don't know, and dude's still sitting out rank 1, rank 2, something like that. Yeah, man, I don't know. Everybody has their favorites. Wouldn't have been my top choice, but then again, Elsa isn't some other people's top choice either. Is that thing where my health slowly goes up a mastery? Yes. Yes, it is. It is. Recovery and willpower. So these two. So salve is you just naturally recover health if you're not a robot, and then with recovery after that, it just like multiplies the amount that you regenerate from all sources. So the two work hand in hand. Salve here, you recover 2 health a second, but then with recovery, you get 15% more, so it's like 3 health a second, basically. But then you tie that in with willpower over here. Anytime you have a damaging debuff on you, or a debuff, you're healing as well, so. Unless you're a robot, because robots just get the shaft. Because most of them can just heal by themselves anyway, so doubling, tripling down on regeneration would just be excessive. So I do appreciate that, but there is that catch. Let's do Gamora. And World War Cap. Why not? Wouldn't mind a 6-star Hawkeye though either. That's the thing, so many champs just get so much hate because they aren't named Ghost or Corvus or Quake. Most everybody has, you know, a fun bit of utility. Various degrees of usefulness and utility, mind you, but everyone can be useful somewhere. I've said it before, but that's why I like Arena as much as I do, instead of Story Quest or AQ or AW, because this way I get to play all my champs. You've got your AQ team, you got your AW team, you got your questing team, right? And with rare exception, you ever go through and swap any of those guys out for anybody else. So you've got, what, 11 champions you use regularly and everybody else is on the bench? Gets super stale, man. Where is Falcon useful at? Defense for either block penetration or yeah, basically anything with block penetration, because its special one is so hard to dex. Bane too sometimes. So like, especially if you put him on a node where he's especially boosted, then you wind up getting a lot of free chip damage that way. It's not good. I mean, mind you, Falcon needs a lot of love. He could be cool. His synergy could be super cool if it actually worked. But he isn't useless. I save that for Daredevil, Netflix, and White Magneto. Those guys need a little bit of love. But like, remember, well, actually, I don't know, if you finished Labyrinth, right? Falcon was one of the most annoying fights on the easy path. Just because, for that exact reason, of all the ridiculous chip damage he took trying to get around his special one. This is dating myself a bit too, but when Falcon first came out, he was actually pretty useful for that once he's awakened, for a fairly reliable true strike. I mean, granted, nowadays in modern gameplay, there's so many better champs out there with easier ways to get that. But at the time, he was one of the rare champs that could do it that easily. That's why Karnak was popular too. Karnak more so because it's a lot easier to trigger it on a special one as opposed to having it go on cooldown. But, you know, all Falcon needs really to be somewhat relevant as far as his, what? Not Red Eye, Red Wing, whatever it is, Bloodwing. Synergy to actually work, for one. And then to amp up just a little bit. Because its synergy is one of the things that's been on the to-do list, to-fix list for years, and just hasn't happened because it's Falcon, and nobody uses Falcon. Most underrated champ in each class. Let's go check that out. But first, let me just bring up a team here just so they get going on their cooldown cycle. Alright, so just because I thought of it first, from seeing that dude right there, most underrated Cosmic Champion. I probably would have to say King Groot. He's got the best regen in the game. He's an absolute tank. He just, because his damage output isn't super great, that's why everyone kind of sits on him. But once he's awakened, and especially at a high sig, his regen is nuts. Most underrated tech. Doc Ock. Yeah, Doc Ock. Because his different research and breakthroughs are really useful as well. He's just overshadowed by some easier to use tech champs and some much more powerful tech champs. Most underrated mutants. Probably Storm X, in my opinion. Just because when she first came out, most of the CCP was just hyping up the big yellow numbers from her special 2, but then she got dumped on because since it's a crit, it's very iffy about proccing, right? And everybody missed that her biggest damage doesn't come from the special 2, it comes from the special 3, where you get those big numbers, but reliably and consistently every single time. Plus, you know, the fact that she can cold snap and she glances, that's fantastic. Most underrated skill. I think Night Thrasher at high sig, probably. Or and either that or a tie between Ronin or Thor Rags. Fraggle Rock gets a lot of hate just because he's the highest prestige, but he isn't like Doctor Doom levels good. But I mean, once you get his cycle going, like every 40 hits, and he goes to the Thunder God mode, yeah, dude can really lay out some damage. Most underrated science. Sentry. I'm gonna say Sentry. Sentry because his entire utility revolves around the number of reality warp charges that he gets, right? And he can get up to 5. He gets like what, one every. He can't start off with 1 and then get 1 each time he beats somebody, right? The thing is, he has to be Sig 200 in order to keep each reality warp from fight to fight. Anything less than Sig 200 or Sig 99 if he's a 4-star, Anything less than that, you still have a chance to just lose all the progress you've made over the last 4 or 5 fights, which is a really crock BS mechanic. But once he's awakened, once he's max sig, yeah, then the dude can really start laying out some hurt. And most underrated Mystic. Mordo, probably. Because Hood is starting to have a bit of resurgence, Morningstar especially, with the new synergies, but Mordo can be a lot of fun. Because Mordo does effectively the same thing the Hood does, it's just that he gets that huge power gain. And has the that passive evade, which is really annoying, but he can charge up heavies, he can just launch special attacks like it's nobody's business, and then cycling through a couple of special 3s gets a bunch more Furies or regen, so, which is something that Hood doesn't have. But, yep, there we go. There was a time where I was seriously considering ranking Mordo up to rank 2 as a 6-star. I mean, I still want to. It's just that rank of materials are so sparse and scarce that there's just more deserving champs out there. So this dude woke up his king. I mean, either that or he just got really lucky on gifting crystals and got them twice. Come on. Come on. Cheers, everybody. Plus, the other thing with Sentry, too, is that he has to be awakened to even begin to think of him as being useful. Because he doesn't get his reality warps until he wakes up. So, you know, especially if you get him as a higher rarity champion, like a 5 or 6-star, right? You got to pull him twice before he's even remotely plausible of being useful. But then even still, once you get him and you get him awakened, like I said before, you got to pump 206 guns into him. Well, I guess 180 if you woke him up naturally. But all those things considered, once he finally gets there, then, and only then, can he start being pretty decent. And he's got some useful synergies too. Diablo, really? I will admit, I'm not the most familiar with an optimized playstyle for that guy. So I could definitely be surprised. But like, well, I'll say this. That dude, I think, could be super useful for like 2 or 3 fights in a questing path. But once he's gone through, you know, the various allotments of potions that he's granted for an entire quest, then unless he has a way of refreshing his counter, it's kind of like get all the kick up front and then it just kind of languishes a bit at the end. OG Hulk, I could agree with. I love that dude. I really hope to get him as a 6-star. Especially now that he's in the featured crystal, which is one of the reasons why I was interested in going for him in the first place. Because not only is that guy really tanky, especially when he's awakened, you get a huge damage boost off that guy. But he synergizes with everyone. Like everyone. You could put him on almost any team and he would synergize with at least somebody. Have I ever gotten a 5-star from a Grandmaster Crystal? Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, a couple times. But not the free one that you get from the login calendar. No. That is the Grandmaster, right? Yeah. I have gotten, yeah, so yeah, answer stands. I have gotten them out of there before, but just not from the login shards. No. Nope. Haven't gotten a, since they switched over the monthly featured champ login reward for to include the 5-stars, so it's just 4 or 5. I haven't gotten the 5-star. I got a 4-star out of the old ones once. That was exciting. Never got the 5-star though. I do think it's interesting that they don't publish the odds for those ones. They only publish ones that you could spend real-world money on, because legally they have to. But I bet the odds of pulling the higher rarity are extraordinarily small. So we're moving along pretty well here. I think we only have a few more teams of 6-stars, and then dive into the 5-star rank 4s, and then see where we're at after that. I'm pretty happy with how this is going so far. Moving along at a brisk pace. Let's go see how AQ is doing though. Excellent. Excellent. I would love to answer overrated. Just a minute. Beautiful, beautiful. I think that clears up the node, yeah? Alright, come on, King Groot. heals. I should probably let him throw a special one. Come on, my dude. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't want to switch stances. I want to heal some more. Come on. Thank you. Well, so much for that. And Nightcrawler's got some solid damage synergies as well, which is another nice big plus. Come on, thank you. Heal me. Excellent. I was like, I should probably look at the clock. I don't think I have a lot of time left on that. But that just worked. That worked. Alright, so, overrated champions. There are a few. Science, who is overrated? No, these ones are gonna start some fights. I think Torch is super overrated. He can melt Mystic champions, that's great, and his Incinerate damage can do some pretty fun things, but if you go up against a debuff immune champ or an Incinerate immune champ, you're hosed. Plus his synergy, or his awaken ability sucks. Overrated skill. Same story, same fighting words. Nick Fury is super overrated. Same reasons. If you go up against a debuff immune somebody or a bleed immune somebody, he's useless. His awaken ability, however, is amazing. Overrated mutant champion. Probably a tie between Havoc or Sabretooth. Probably. Sabretooth for sure. But like, Havoc's great as a defender, but how many times would you take a Havoc into a quest as opposed to a Namor or Sunspot or Omega or Archangel or Domino? You know, or Colossus now. Overrated Cosmic Champs. That one's a bit tough. That one's quite a bit tough. Because like the ones that are good are very blatantly, obviously good, and the ones that are bad are very obviously, blatantly bad. But to say that somebody's overrated, probably Silver Surfer, I guess. I mean, that one's not very controversial. He's popular because he has prestige, and that's it. Otherwise, he's a pretty meh champ. It's a lot easier to do underrated for Cosmic than overrated. Overrated tech. Same story for tech. I mean, if I had to pick one, Gilly 99. just because she requires the most work to get to be really good. But I mean, it's the same case. The ones that are, there's a lot more underrated than overrated, and the ones that are good are very obviously good, and the ones that aren't are very obviously bad. Overrated Mystic. Long shot, probably. Symbiote Supreme is a close second. Again, same is true with the first couple. They're just big one-trick ponies. You know, they do one thing very good, and if you run into any roadblocks about those, it's they're pretty much useless. What's up, King Cash? Elsa Appreciation Week starts up tomorrow, 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we're starting off with a fun video that I was really excited to put together, and actually wound up working out rather serendipitously well that it fits into Elsa Appreciation Week. And I got some other cool videos coming out the rest of the week. Just kind of touting some of the fun stuff she does, some of the cool synergies that she has, fun utility, stuff like that. But that is going to be running all next week. All next week. So, stay tuned. Alright, come here. That was a horrible dex, but thank goodness he was unawakened. And had magnetism. See, all you gotta do to make Magneto good is make his magnetism relevant. Or stronger. In a 2020 setting. Like, don't get me wrong, the rest of his kit needs a bit of love too. Like, restore him back to the way he was, because there was no reason he needed to get nerfed in the first place. But then even still, you know, he's a very 2016 champ. Give him some of that 2020 love. Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, because, like, for the overrated champs, none of them are bad. But a lot of it's, like, you know, I think it could be a bit of a readjustment in leveling people's expectations. Nick Fury especially, I think he stands out more so than anybody else. Like, the best thing about Nick Fury is probably his synergies, to be honest. As opposed to being a huge damage dealer or whatever. Because even though he does more bleed damage, Ronin is a better champion, in my opinion. Just because he can do more and he has better utility. Especially now that White Magneto is in the 6-star crystal. They said at some point, you know, they wanted to upgrade some of these champs. May have been when they were talking about before Hulkbuster was officially announced, and they had that poll that they wanted the champs that are going to be in the 6-star pool to actually be meaningful. You know, so if it's the first 6-star champion you pull, you aren't immediately bummed out because, you know, it's a champion from 5 years ago that just doesn't scale appropriately for today's version of the game. So, you know, that having been said, now that both Magses are in the 6-star pool, Yeah, definitely. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, that is seems to be the go-to. And slow seems to be their new favorite toy right now, which is good. It's a great mechanic. It just seems that a lot of people are getting it now. Sort of like, I mean, which makes sense. It's a newer mechanic, so it would make sense that they want to have more than just one or two people that can utilize it. Kind of like when persistent charges became a thing, you know? Morningstar had it, that's great. Mephisto had it, okay, cool, but it wasn't ever going to just be those two, you know? What's up, So Hard? What did I score last weekend for the arena, and what rewards did I get? Last weekend was like 4 mil, and wound up in the 1 to 10% bracket, which was excellent. That's what I was going for. All right, Cap, take care, bud. Thanks for stopping in, and hope your Monday and the rest of the week winds up going well. Catch you later, dude. Someone finished Act 6 today. Got a 6-star White Mags, Rhino, and Ultron. Pour one out. Pour one out. I got nothing to say. There's really no silver lining. Would have been great champs 3 years ago. You know? Ultron was one of my tried and trues for like map 3, map 4 of AQ, back when that was bleeding edge. Just because of his reliable heals and energy absorption, but nowadays anybody that hits like a wet noodle or a quasi-wet noodle is immediately useless for AW, just because of how ridiculously boosted all of the nodes are, you know? And you only have 3 minutes to do it. So you get anybody in there with any sort of annoying mechanics, or you get a bot that plays passive, you're hosed, you know? It just immediately disqualifies good 60-70% of the entire champion base, just in terms of viability, you know? Because it isn't fun or interesting gameplay mechanics to have to play for 3 minutes, time out, and then go in and play for another 3 minutes, lose half your remaining health, and then play at a disadvantage or be required to burn items in order to be relevant, you know? That's not fun. Let's do that and do that and do that. Cool. Getting there, guys. We're getting there. Actually, speaking of which, I'm probably gonna... Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm probably gonna call it, actually. Once you get through the 6 stars. Once I get through the 6 stars and then get through AQ. Only reason being is I got a couple videos left to edit still, and I would like to go to bed today still. But like I was just saying to So Hard up top, 4 mil is really good. But see that, touching back on that sentry thing, that's the really tough part, especially as you get higher up the rarity tier list, you know? It's like, okay, you could give Sentry 200 SIGs to make him good, but then there's other champions in this science pool that also require a boatload of class SIG stones, you know? And just plain Beardo right there made me think of that. Like, Beardo needs to be high SIG. Thing needs to be high SIG. And that's just 3 champs right there, and that's 600 SIG stones between a lot of them, and you're not going to find that anyplace. So, it's just really unfortunate, because Sentry could be really good with some minor tweaks. As it stands right now, it's not really worth the investment, especially in light of so many amazing science champs in the modern game. There's that. This winds up working out perfect because all my 6s are going to be refreshed when the arena starts up again tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Colossus is incinerating me, right? Cool. Beautiful. Leave that at 4-7. That's overkill right there. Awesome. So let's go take out that Emma and AQ. Don't freeze, thank you. Oop. I thought that would have done it. I got there, I just wound up taking unintentional recoil damage. That's a shame. With the units here, that'll come in handy. And, yeah. Awesome. Alright, guys. That's a wrap. That's going to do me for tonight. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who's been watching live here for the last hour 40 or so. It's been really good getting to talk with you guys, just chew the fat. It is far and away one of my favorite parts about the game, and especially streaming here on YouTube, so cheers everybody. Want to ask you real quick to just like and subscribe to the channel. Each and every bit of that helps me out, and I do appreciate it very much. Channel just recently hit 500 subs, which is a huge milestone for the channel. It means a lot to me that you guys just collectively all hit that sub button. Everyone digs the content that has come out so far and is really interested in things yet to come. So again, I really appreciate it, and a big thanks everyone. This is the last live stream before the big Elsa Bloodstone Appreciation Week kicks off tomorrow. That is going to be starting up 10 a.m. PST. Got video number 1 coming out. That is going to be a really, really fun video. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but stay tuned for that. It's really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to doing more of those coming up here in the future. Elsa Bloodstone Week is basically just that. It's going to be a week-long events where each day I post at least one video about my favorite champion in the game. And each different video is going to go over different aspects about why I think she's awesome, from utility to damage output to usefulness, synergies, the whole 9 yards. So stay tuned for that. And I'm really looking forward to that too. But again, guys, that is going to do me for tonight. Good stream. All right, until next time, everybody. Take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. And be well, everybody. Bye for now.